All right, boys and girls, it is 9:05. We're going to go ahead and get started this morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I see Miss Ferrer's class is standing. Still waiting for Miss Mendez's class. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Miss Alonzo's class, we're still waiting for you, Miss Alonzo's class. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. We put our hands over our hearts and we say together, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Boys and girls, we are continuing to celebrate Autism Awareness Week. Autism Awareness Week. Today is Terrific Tuesday. And today we were supposed to wear something that we are passionate about. And for those of you who don't know a lot about Mr. Perez is passionate about one thing, and he always wears this awesome ring. If you ever see my ring, I wear this really cool ring on my finger that has a Superman sign because I love Superman and I am very passionate about Superman. And there's a backstory to that. One day, if you want to ask me, I'll tell you the backstory. Tomorrow is World of Colors Wednesday. We're going to wear our tie-dye shirts or colorful shirts that you have at home. Please be sure you wear that. And then on Thursday, we are going to wear our most comfortable clothes, furry clothes, pajamas, and or furry shoes. If you have furry shoes, be sure that you wear regular shoes to school. All shoes need to have a back to them. We should not be wearing chanclas or sandals to school. All right, boys and girls, let's take a look at today's autism movie. I know you guys are so familiar with Brain Pop, so that's what we got today. We have a Brain Pop on what is autism. Let's take a look.
And then I told the guy, it's pretty handy that I know sign language. Get it? 'Cause handy? Oh, never mind. Dear Tim and Moby, I'm autistic and I'd like some help explaining to people what that means. Can you make a movie about it? Thanks, Maxon. We sure can, Maxon. Autism is a condition that disrupts the brain's development. It affects how someone sees and understands the world, and how they act and relate to other people. Well, it really depends, since autism can affect people in very different ways. Doctors aren't even certain that it's a single condition. That's why they call it autism spectrum disorders, or ASD. Each person has a different combination of traits, and each trait can show up in varying degrees. Like, take communication. My friend Simon is autistic, and he tends to take everything literally. So his friends try not to use sarcasm or too many figures of speech, so everyone's on the same page. So they can understand each other. A lot of communication is about context, getting how different situations call for different kinds of behavior, and picking up on other people's social cues and body language. For lots of autistic people, like Simon, that stuff is a challenge. And sometimes the difficulties can be more disabling. Like, some people can't speak at all. Well, everyone expresses emotions differently. If you're autistic, you may seem detached or unemotional to other people, when inside you might even be more sensitive to your surroundings, taking in more sensory input than people who aren't autistic. It can be tough to filter out loud noises, bright colors, odors, or lots of motion, which, since our world is filled with that stuff, can lead to constant anxiety. Familiarity provides some comfort. Simon tells me a set routine makes him feel more relaxed. Focusing on hobbies or interests can help too. Like being super into trains or sports stats or a certain video game or celebrity. Some autistic people find repetitive movements have a soothing effect, like snapping or rocking. These behaviors can seem unusual to people who aren't autistic, making it hard for autistic people to fit in. Whether you've got autism or not, people are just different. But our society isn't really set up for autistic people. Simon says navigating the world with autism can feel like visiting a foreign country without a guidebook. Well, you can help by being sensitive to others' differences. Autistic classmates might need lots of personal space or alone time. Simon doesn't like to hug or make eye contact, and that's fine. He sometimes asks peers to speak more clearly or explain what they mean with more detail so he can understand. Patience on everyone's part makes this kind of stuff a lot easier. If you're unsure what your friend needs to be comfortable, you can always ask. Or you can speak up about what makes you comfortable, like Simon does with me. Remember, autism affects everyone in different ways. Some people might need full-time assistance to help them with everyday tasks, or they may attend structured classes and therapy, while many need little or no assistance at all. Autism is actually more common than you might think. Around 1 in 54 people are diagnosed with autism, and boys get diagnosed more than girls. And while no one is exactly sure of the causes, we know our genes play a role. Actually, not everyone in the autism community thinks we need to find a cure. Instead, they're proud of their unique perspectives and want everyone else to value their contributions too. Take Temple Grandin, the animal scientist. As a high school student, she built a squeeze machine to calm herself when she was feeling overwhelmed. She was inspired by the metal chutes ranchers used to soothe cattle. The squeezing action seemed to comfort them. Grandin realized that she connected with how animals think and feel. She used her insight to develop more humane ways to handle livestock. Farmers around the world have adopted Dr. Grandin's ideas. Right, and Greta Thunberg, the environmental activist. She calls autism her superpower. She says it helped her focus on how serious the climate change crisis is. At age 15, she began protesting alone outside the Swedish parliament. Her solo strike soon grew into a global phenomenon. A year later, in 2019, Greta was speaking about climate change at the United Nations. Her work inspired kids all around the world. Millions of people skipped work and school for a day of global protests for climate action. Yeah, the world is a better place when we embrace our differences. We all have a lot to learn from people who are different than we are. Me? No thanks, I'm fine. You know what? It is kind of calming.
All right, boys and girls, that was our lesson for today on what is autism. Let's go ahead and do our stretches for today. Hands straight up in the air. Let's do it. Let's count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Josiah Medina, let me see you. Put your hands over your neck, behind your neck. 1, 2, 3. Take that left hand, pull that over, pull that behind you. 1, 2, and 3. And let's go ahead and do our neck rotations. 1, 2, 3, and the other way. 1, 2, and 3. All right, boys and girls, have a great day. Remember, wear your autism awareness bands every day. Make sure you have them on. Tomorrow we'll be learning more about autism awareness at our school. Have a great day, everybody.